first. Sorry, one of the best bands in the world. That band is called Era, by the way, from Alabama. This is a chatting video about my car. As you see, I am not in the WRX. I'm in my new 2021 vehicle I purchased today. I had to put $7,000 down, but it was worth it. I'm just joking. So I'm gonna try and do this as fast as possible because I know there's just a few people on this channel that like cars, and but you know, it's for a few people that I know that like WRXs or had WRXs or are interested in what's going on. So basically, I had had some warranty work. I got a hair in my mouth. Hold on. Sorry. Gross. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have a beard. God, it's annoying. I gotta turn that off. All right. By the way, this loaner car, I do not like this one. I like the Crosstrek that they gave me last time. That car is freaking amazing. They gave me an Outback this time, 2021 Outback. I don't know. I really don't like it. But anyways, so I had some warranty work done. Done probably the 9th or 10th, and I got it back the 12th. Well, it was there for about a week, but I picked it up, I believe, like the 10th or 11th. And as some of you know, I had internal failure with the racking. They replaced the racking new, and I got it back, and I had some weird Finock learn issue. That went away. That just happened to be bad gas. Drove it for a while. That never came back. So, you know, dang Jesus, praise Buddha, whoever you want to believe in for that. But either way, that went away. So I went ahead and heard a weird whirling sound, as you guys know, in my turning, which was not there before, and they are not supposed to do that. They tried to play some crap on me and tell me that it was the type of grease they have to use. It'll take some time to settle. Bullshit! Basically, I called them out on that. I got sick of it because it got worse. I can do normal things on my car mechanic-wise, so I'm not that stupid when it comes to certain things on my car. So I may worry a lot, but I know my car, and it's not a control arm. So I had a few people I go shooting with listen to it, and it sounds like you could feel it on the brake pedal. If you rest your foot on the brake pedal and turn the wheel, you can feel a vibration. So it's something they did that was not there before. And unfortunately, the mechanic that was working on my car up until this last warranty work is not there anymore, unfortunately. So I went ahead and I contacted Subaru America because I was already going to bring my car back up there anyways for them to check out this noise that didn't go away like they said, and because I didn't want it to go too far. I didn't want to wait 2-3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, and something fail and they say, oh, why didn't you bring it in? You know, I'm not going to play that game. So I went ahead and made an appointment. But before I made an appointment, I called Subaru of America back, and I went ahead and I'm not Canadian. I went ahead and called Subaru of America, and I explained to them about my throttle bearing. It wasn't a big deal, but it still was starting up again. I was getting that chirping noise, and I would touch the clutch pedal, and it would squeak quite like crazy. So I went ahead and talked to a really nice lady. Got a call back from my claims adjuster about, well, I call her caseworker, I guess you could say, kind of like the warranty person. Like maybe 2 hours later, she was very nice. She looked on the computer and saw that it has been replaced 3 times. That she talked to the dealership I go to when my car's not neglected. It's always gets serviced. They had nothing but good stuff to say about me in the car. It's always up to date with maintenance. I do my own oil changes, she knew, and she saw that it was, you know, up to date with all the other maintenance stuff on there. So she says, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It was replaced 3 times already, and this is the 4th time. So she says, unfortunately, I have to take it back up there, which I did that this morning on my day off. And she said I'll have to get a quote of what they can do or what it may cost, worst and best case scenario, worst case scenario. So I took it back up there. Of course, the throttle bearing wasn't doing it, and the clutch pedal wasn't doing it. But I had numerous videos that I had already sent to my advisor, and I showed him to a different mechanic that was way cooler than the last person I talked to, that worked on my racking. I can't remember his name. I think his name's Gabe or Abe. But he walked out, and he was looking at papers for about 10 minutes. I can see him walking my car, and he didn't know I was still in it. He was going over all the things that had been replaced on the car, and he didn't know I was in the car. And he came up, and he basically said, I showed him the videos, and I think it was because it was cold in Florida today, and it wasn't doing the squeaky noises. So I had showed him some videos, and I didn't even get to show him the racking issue yet. The chick Kendall that works there was telling him about that, and he was going to show him the video. They're going to look into that also, but the issue he was concerned about was he heard the clutch pedal video really squeaky and bad, and he says that they're going to give me a loaner car because there's no point of even listening to the videos. They're going to tear apart the transmission, because he says that the 2015, 16, 17 WRXs had some type of failing. I don't know if it was the clutch or what it was, but besides the throttle bearing, I did get the upgraded throttle bearing. But he said that when they came out for 2018 and up, they changed the thickness of the flywheel, the pressure plate, and the clutch, and something to do with the casing. So he says they can keep replacing, or the last guy can keep replacing the throttle bearing so many times, but if there's another issue in there that they're not knowing, that they don't know about, the throttle bearing's just going to go again. So I appreciate he wasn't beating around the bush. I was concerned about the money. So, I said, well, don't go tear into it yet. Let me talk to her. And she says, no, they're gonna tear it apart, and they're gonna pay for that. And even if Subaru of America doesn't want to do anything, which I'm sure they'll do something, but if they don't want to do anything, after they find what the issue is, they're gonna go ahead and just put it back together for me, no problem. And if that comes down to it, I'm just gonna trade my car in on another 2021 WRX or an STI. The reason I say another WRX is because I can get a 2021 premium for like $150 less a month than what I'm paying now, with my car just traded in on it. Yes, I'm going to have to start payments all over again, but I'd be saving money monthly. I'd have a warranty again, and I would have a new updated car. So I would just take my car parts and put it on the new car. The only other way I would go with the STI is if they can get me around the payment I'm paying now. So that's worst case scenario. Now, my casing, I come to realize, she told me, is covered under the powertrain warranty. So a lot of the internals are covered in that with the transmission. The only thing I'm gonna have to pray that the dealer or that Subaru America covers is the clutch. If they do the clutch, I'm got a feeling that this guy's gonna recommend the clutch to be done, and the flywheel and the throttle bearing, and just all the updated stuff that he says should have been done from the beginning. The first time that they replaced everything, he says they should have already replaced all that stuff because they had issues with the older models. So I never knew that. So not sure what that is. So we will see how that goes. From what this lady told me at Subaru, she says Subaru America, if they've seen that I treat my vehicle decent and it's been replaced the same part so many times, usually they're pretty good about doing like I always forget the word they use, but it's like a generous one-time thing that they'll offer to do it free of charge. So we'll see. And even if they say, we'll do all the labor, you buy the parts, I have no problem buying a throttle bearing for $30 and a clutch. But if that comes down to it, I will buy an aftermarket clutch. I will not buy the factory clutch. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. But we'll see. I'm kind of a negative person, so at least I know that the car is drivable. At least I know they'll tear it apart, they'll find the issue, and they'll put it back together because I'm not going to spend $2,000 to $4,000 for something I know I didn't do. and the warranty just expired the 13th. So it's not like I'm waiting a year and a half later. I ragged out my car, I blew the engine, and I'm calling Subaru America because I don't want to pay for something I did. It's nothing like that. So, and I think they actually know that. So we'll see what happens. I think I said so about 45 times already. I put down some weed killer, and I think I put down too much because it kind of went on the grass. That looks horrible. So, but there's the car. I said so again. Oh, there it goes again. But besides that, I do like the car. And oh, about the Type R. So the reason I'm saying I would go with another WRX, so the STI would be my go-to car. That'd be what I would want because of the bulletproof transmission. That car is plenty fast for me out of the factory. Wheel horsepower is like 250. It's not too crazy. They advertise 300, but I think that's to the crank, obviously. But if I had stage 1 on it, which I already have the Cobb Access port, I can get MA Performance stage 1, throw my my exhaust on there, and I'd probably be looking at about 270 to the wheels. That's plenty fast for me, and I'd be happy with the STI. So, but what scares me is the STI has horrible gas mileage. From what I hear, it's like 16, 17 to the city. Where I live, I'm probably about a mile from my work, so that's not a big issue. So, you know, we'll see. But if they can't get me in a STI for what I'm paying now, I'm probably, just like I said, I'm going to go with another WRX because the Type R would be the only other car I would want. Besides, there's a Volkswagen that I really like, that's turbo, and the other couple turbo cars, there's no way I could afford them. So like the Kia Stinger, that thing is mean. I would love to have that car. I mean, I would have no problem saying I'm driving a Kia with a 400 horsepower car that runs 12s from the factory. But those are like $45,000, $50,000 vehicles. I think for a base one. I think a loaded one is a lot more than that, but don't quote me on it. I'm not like too familiar with those cars. But, and they have an awesome warranty. But I called for the Type R. Actually, I wrote an email. A guy wrote me an email, want me to come up to Tampa to test drive it. In the email it says, schedule a VIP test drive of the Honda Type R today. And with just proof of that I had valid insurance and all this and that. So when I had the Subaru thing going on about 4 days ago and I knew I was going to drop it off today, I figured, well, let me call him up. You know, the guy wrote me an email. He sent me a video introducing himself to me, you know, called me by my first name, asked me to come down there. I told him I was interested in it. I told him I'd pay off my car, you know, what I was looking at for payments. The markup wasn't too bad. I think the markup when the cars came out were like 10, 15, 20 grand, if not more, which is stupid because the car's like 35 grand for 35, 37 for a base one, I believe. And the markup on this was like $3,000 to $5,000 depending on which model you get. That's not really bad to me. But we're talking and I go, well, you know what, let me see how this goes, and I'll come up there and I'll, like, you know, test drive it and schedule something to test drive. And he goes, oh no, you don't test drive them. I said, we don't test drive them. He goes, yeah, you just come in and we have people that just buy them off the showroom floor. I'm like, sir, listen, two things. I would never not test drive a car before I buy it. I was like, I don't care. My all-time favorite car is an Evo 8 or a Nissan Skyline R34. It's never going to happen, but if somebody was selling one, I still would test drive it. I'm not just going to get into a car before I test drive it. I don't care how much I think I love it beforehand. And the guy was like, well, they just come and buy them off the showroom floor. I'm like, well, I'm not them. He goes, well, you can't test drive these. I said, well, listen, before I hang up on you, I said, I'm going to screenshot the email you sent me, and I'm going to underline something that you sent me. I said, because on your website, in the email you sent me, you said schedule a VIP test drive of the Type R. He goes, I did? I said, yeah, you did. I said, you know what, have a good day. I hung up on him. I blocked him. I went into my email because I was so pissed off. I screenshotted it, cut it out, circled around it, sent it to the guy, and I sent it to the main office of that dealership, because dude was an asshole to begin with. I don't know who the hell he thought he was. I'm not going to come in there and pay you know, $39,000-$40,000 for a car I've not going to be able to test drive. So that's out the door. I'm not saying you can't go to another dealership and test drive one. I don't know. Again, I like the Subaru. I like the WRXs. I like the STIs. I just think I had bad issues from the get-go with getting mine. I think mine was cursed. As stupid as that sounds, I was hit 3 times with my car 2 weeks after I bought the car. I mean, it's never been taken to the track. I've done quarter mile with it on back roads with the access port, but for the way I treat it and the few problems I've had transmission wise, I shouldn't be having those problems. So I think I just got a bad one from factory, or like I said, they didn't use the upgraded parts like the mechanic thinks, and that's where it's gonna go. All right, this is a 15-minute video. I apologize. Lou, everybody else, take care, buddy. Next video is going to be a review on my new gun, and then some collectibles I got in today. So I will keep you updated with the car. Who knows, I may get a brand new 2021 premium STI for $340 a month. That's what they quoted me, so I have no problem paying that. I mean, with nothing down. I want it black to begin with. I'd get black. I'd put my bronze wheels on there, my 18s, my axle back. Obviously I can't scrape off my $200 solar tent. That's amazing. But you know, all the other parts can go with me. But we'll see where it goes, because it's a damn good handling car. I feel comfortable every time I drive it. My back is starting to hurt in there for some reason, and I'm a small guy, so I'm not sure. I drove an SRT for 12 years, and I don't know why these seats are starting to hurt my lower back. But I noticed that when I get in my car now and I drive it for like about 20 minutes, my lower back starts to get really sore, which is really weird. But besides that, it's a good car. So we'll see. All right, guys, take care.